Hey guys, Sean Zine, the Connection Machine, aka the Insurance Doctor. This is live number 27 on the year. Providing value consistently is something I hold dear to my heart, and I want to make sure that I continue to provide that value to you. But I also would love for you to take and implement and take action and use the ideas, the strategies, the tips that we share. Today I'm upstairs, so you might hear some of my, my 2.5 year old, or my other one sleeping, my 7-month-old. But bear with us. We always make things happen, and I have some guests already ready to rock and roll. We want to make sure, little housekeeping. If you are watching us, please, please, please hit the like button, hit the comment where you're watching us from, and then don't forget, hit that share button. The goal is 100. I would love to have 100 shares today, but please like, comment, and where you're watching from, and then hit that share button. Very, very key. And I want to bring on the first guest. And again, if you're interested in getting on board, there's a link that I have placed in the Facebook post. If you go to that link, click on it, join. I'll put it in the comments in my personal page. If you're watching, again, from the Connection Machine group, let me place it in the group as well, so that if you are interested in getting on board, please, please, please just click join. And then if you're in the group, make sure you allow StreamYard, give them approval. Click that little link and you can get approval to share your information that comes on the screen. Let me bring on our first guest let's see if any of those action takers want to join us and network. Please join us. Let's bring on Drew Cameron. What's going on, my good friend?
How are you, Sean? Nice to be here. Thanks for having me on.
Thanks so much for taking some time out of your day, man. This is going to be awesome to drop some value and give some nuggets of information. I would love for you to give us a little, intro of who you are and what you do.
So my name's Drew Cameron. I'm a loan officer with Fairway Independent Mortgage out here in Scottsdale, Arizona. I recently got into the business during COVID when everything shut down. I was working at a restaurant out here, and I'd been in hospitality for about 14 years, did a little bit of real estate investing in the past, knew I wanted to get back into real estate. And so when everything kind of shut down, I used that as an opportunity to get into real estate. So I kind of reverse engineered what I wanted. I wanted the ability to work from home and work multiple markets because I am out here in Arizona, but the majority of my family is in New England. So it was important for me to be able to have a job where I could work from both places and have the freedom of time location. So with reverse engineering that, I kind of fell upon being a loan officer, and it's been an interesting ride. It's been a lot of fun.
No, that's awesome. And you're up early.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that bad. 7:30, no big deal.
No, it's not like we were doing this earlier and you have to be up at, maybe I did this at 7. That would be a little difficult, but I definitely, you reached out. I put out there who's interested in joining me, and you were happy to join. And what is the reason why you would want to join and share some information? I always like to hear what the insides of my guests.
Well, I think a big thing is
We lost you for a second there. We're having some technical difficulties. I'm pouring a little Cheerios as I'm waiting for Drew to come back. Having some issues with your internet, my good friend. Oh, you're coming back.
are you hearing me?
I heard you there. Maybe why don't you leave and then come back, and we'll get you. Maybe the connection will be better. So as we're waiting for Drew to come back, again, it's all about providing value. I want to share with you the Connection Machine website. The website, again, is here to help you with your business and yourself, as far as if you need insurance, you need mortgages, real estate, roofing, you name it, click it, and let's get you the lead generation, a contact that's vetted professional. Let me go back to Drew. Let's see how are you feeling right now? Let's see.
All right.
Okay.
Did that work? You can hear me?
I can hear you now. Yep. So what made you jump on today?
I just wanted to come on and network with some like-minded people. I wanted to kind of get rid of some of the myths of buying real estate. Like, a lot of people still think that you need 20% down payment, and we know that that's not the case, but a lot of times people do not. So, I just wanted to hop on here and have a conversation and see what would happen.
Now, I would love to find out. I have some non-negotiables that I have. Like, I have to work out every day to keep myself healthy, so that as I'm getting older, I'm going to be able to stay younger when I have my daughters, when they're getting older. What are some non-negotiables that you have, Drew?
I think the big thing for me is the Miracle Morning. I read a book by Hal Elrod a few years ago, and it really changed my life in the way that I kind of approach things. I used to sleep in late all the time, be unproductive, especially being in hospitality for so long and working nights. You kind of fall into this rut of being in late, being out late, sleeping in late, and just kind of moping around until you go to work. And with the Miracle Morning, you kind of flip the script on that. So, not to give away all the secrets and get rid of his book sales, because I think you should buy the book because it's an amazing book. But essentially, in essence, what you do is you get up an hour before you normally would, and he has this thing called savers. So you do these 6 little things in the morning to really set up your day. And so you have silence or prayer to get your thoughts right, positive affirmations, visualization, exercise, eating, and journaling. So the last aspect is scribing, but journaling for those in English. And when you do that, I used my journal as a grad journal and as a way to track my goals. So I can go back and look at personal goals of mine from years of the past to make sure that I keep moving in the right direction. It really helps me on track. That's been a changer for me. That's my first and foremost non-negotiable. The second is to do something like this at least once a week, where I'm going out, meeting new people, putting myself out there, and getting in front of some fresh faces, because it doesn't matter what you know if no one else knows that you know that. But that is huge.
Now, you said a couple of great things there. A lot of people, again, being health conscious, some people are reading. What are some important things that you're reading? Are you reading for enjoyment? You read to learn things? Are you reading to teach others? What are some reasons behind why you pick up a book or an audio, version of a book?
So I read primarily things that are either business mentality or kind of self-help oriented, and basically anything I could find real estate related, especially on the investment side, because that's kind of how I originally got into real estate. So like books, for example, that I really like are like Rich Dad Poor Dad was a game changer. Like I said before, The Miracle Morning. Hal Elrod, I actually found him through a podcast that I listened to called Bigger Pockets. So I barely even listen to music anymore. My car is my studio. I'm on podcasts. I'm reading daily, and it's just whatever I can kind of find that'll kind of try to level me up in a sense.
It's like I think Zig Ziglar said it, that you have the car university. People use that car. If you're in the car for traveling to and from work, you're going to different appointments. Use it to learn. Use it to educate yourself. Use it to level up, as you're saying, because just sitting there and every once in a while, play the music, get rocked out, get pumped up, but you're also bettering yourself. And if you are the same as you are, last year, which is a shame because we had lots of changes happening. We are all home. We had a lot more time on our hands. So there should have been times that you took advantage and learned something new, tried something new. But that's what people have, that fear. They don't want to try. They don't want to fail. But the only way to be successful, I have found, is to fail, because then you learn from it. You don't want that to happen again. So you learn from it, and then you teach others. And that's what I found with reading. I like to read Millionaire Real Estate Agent. If you're a mortgage professional, if you're an insurance broker, if you're a financial advisor, read that book. People say, why? I'm not in that field. Maybe you want to be, but maybe you're not. But you pick up on information in that book and you share it with your agents, and they're going to be like, wow, you're a valuable resource to me because I didn't have time to read that book, which is crazy to me. Why they wouldn't have some time to read it, because it's your business. So I definitely agree. You definitely want to level up, better yourself, make things happen. And again, I have the link in the comments. So if you're interested, guys that are watching, and you want to get out of your comfort zone, never did this before, you want to network with us, please click the link. Drew did it. Click the link. You follow, you come backstage, and we rock out some content. Otherwise, we're going to hear some great information just between the two of us. But I would love for any of you that are watching right now, don't be afraid just to come on, get dressed, come on, and definitely provide some value.
Get dressed is important in this Zoom world.
You don't want to get yourself in trouble. Hey, if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. But networking you brought up, and you're having face-to-face meetings. What is a tip or two that you can share with those that are watching on how to be a better networker?
I think the main thing is realize that everybody's favorite topic is themselves. And so in order to really get to know someone and to be likable, we have 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. So we should be listening twice as much as we're speaking. And when you do that and you genuinely care about the person on the other end, I think that really goes a long way. It comes across as genuine, and it really helps you kind of be likable. And you always want to be top of mind and be likable if you're going to be in any sort of sales job. So that when someone thinks of insurance, they want to think of Sean, or when someone thinks of a workout plan, they want to think of Sean versus this other random person that they don't know on the internet, or versus another competitor that's in your market.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know how to use that listening skills. They like to just purge, throw up on people, everything about themselves, instead of showing up and saying, how can I help you grow your business? And that's what when I have calls, and I have connection calls, I call them, with individuals every day. And we go deep, and we find out everything about that person. And we're doing that kind of right now. And I don't talk about insurance. And people say, why? Because I don't care. It's going to come down the road. But if I can get to know who the person is I'm speaking to, find out what their pain points are, and if I can solve those, guess what? They're going to use me for insurance, for connections, for fitness, you name it. And in Drew's case, for mortgages. What are some ways, Drew, that you're doing to lead generate right now?
So kind of all those old school methods that work. I'm calling up my network and asking them if they know anybody that is looking to buy it, and trying to get those face-to-face meetings and appointments. I'm calling up old leads that we have in our branch and trying to contact them daily to see if they're still in the market or if they have anything. And just recently, it went live last week. I'm using a lead generation source from my company with a marketing budget that we set up. And it's pretty unique. It's been going well so far. We have some live transfers that they do. So I'll have literally like a concierge be like, hey, this is Edward. He's looking at XYZ. And he'd be like, Edward, this is Drew. He's your mortgage professional, your loan officer that can help you out. And it's been going awesome. So now I have the ability to kind of cherry pick who I want to work with in my market, because I can look at an agent's production and see if we mesh personality wise, and then hand them out a pre-qualified or pre-approved buyer and say, hey, all I ask is for one in return, so that we can see if we're a good fit to work together. So we do 2 deals, and then we see if this is something that we want to do long term or not. And if we don't mesh on those 2 deals, then no hard feelings, and we just go on to the next one. So whatever you can do to add value to other people, you'll just grow your business that much faster.
Drew said it, and I want to repeat it. He's giving out opportunities before he's even getting an opportunity, because he wants to prove himself. He is not just sitting there, dropping off cookies and coffee and saying, hey, use me. Here's an idea for some people that are watching. If you're in the mortgage business, I know this can work. I used to do it back in the day for insurance. Every weekend there's open houses. Every weekend, real estate agents are sitting there. Usually it's quiet. Now it's a little different in New Jersey. A lot of people, I'm sure it's pretty hot out in Arizona as well, as far as the market. And there is a lot of activity. But if you drive by an open house, have this in your car. Make up a bag that has all your branding on it. Maybe it has some water, it has some chips, it has some gum, it has a notepad with your pen in there. Stop in, say hello, strike up a conversation. And if nobody else is there, guess what? They're going to talk to you. And you might not ever be able to get those agents when they're in the office, because they're never in the office. Get them on the weekend. Use that time wisely. Is that something that would work in your area, you think, Drew?
Yeah, definitely. Our market is ridiculously hot. We have about 2 weeks of inventory. So we're in like an inventory sort of crisis at the moment, and hopefully we'll get a little bit more as our buyer's market has slowed down a touch. I think some people are going on vacations. Other people were just getting frustrated and gave up, and they're going to wait it out for a couple of months. So hopefully our situation's getting a little better. But in our market, there are open houses, but there is not a ton, because most things are selling above list price within 5 to 6 days typically. And there's just bidding wars. But yes, open houses is a great strategy to do, especially when you're new like me. But you have to be a little bit selective in where you're going to go, because we don't really have a ton of them going on right now.
No, if it's happening, definitely try that technique, those that are watching. And if you are watching, I see Randy Johnson. What's going on, man? If any of you want to jump on, click the link, join us, network. We have a few more minutes, and get your name out there into my community. That's why I like doing this, to provide that value. And Drew, let's go into, since you're in the mortgage business, what is the difference between a pre-qual and a pre-approval?
So a pre-qualification is basically the beginning of the process. It's not as strong of an offer as a pre-approval. A pre-qualification is essentially taking what you state for your debts and your incomes and coming up with a number of what is affordable to you based off of credit score, debt to income, and your stated income. A pre-approval means that we've collected all your documents, everything is guaranteed. So when you get a pre-approval, it's a much stronger offer than a pre-qualification, because we have all your documents to back it up. So you know that your buyer or your borrower can perform if their offer gets accepted.
Excellent. A lot of people confuse that. They think they have a pre-qual, they approved, and it's not. They're qualified up to, and it's just based off of credit most of the time, and it's just a number. It's nothing. There's no documentation that's going to prove what you can actually afford. So it's important to have that information, get all those details up front, have Drew run everything for you, and I guess you can run everything up until just an appraisal, right? I guess that would be the last thing.
Yeah. Yeah. We can, there's a lot of different ways that we can kind of maneuver things in the case of a low appraisal. If you have flexibility with your down payment. In our market, it's really tough for first time home buyers because they typically don't have a lot of flexibility or cash in the bank to compete with other offers. Sometimes they're going FHA, so FHA won't allow you to go any higher than what the property approves for. So sometimes those offers aren't taken as seriously as conventional. But yeah, I mean, there's things that you can do in every market in order to get your offer accepted. One thing that we've been finding here is that not everybody's motivation is money and getting top dollar. A lot of times people live in their house and it's becomes a family member versus being an asset. So it's not always dollars and cents. Sometimes they just want to see that their house full of all these memories has an emotional attachment and they want to see it go to a good home. So sometimes we can have our borrowers either write a letter or even better, send a video to the seller in order to get that offer accepted, even when there are other higher offers on the table.
I've bought a few houses over the years, but yeah, one house we wrote a letter and it works, and I love that. And a lot of people were afraid to share that information about doing a video, but as Drew knows and I know, people don't take action. I could tell you exactly how to do something today, and they don't take action. So a video would be phenomenal so you can actually have the passion. You want to say hello? All right, come on up and show everything that's about you, especially this young lady likes to do a cameo in a lot of things that I do. Drew, this is Natalie. Natalie, say hi, Drew.
Hi, Natalie.
For those that watch what I've done and what she's been through, this little lady right here has gone through and had a liver transplant May 10th of 2019. Almost over 2 years ago, she had a liver transplant, and she's as healthy as an ox right now. And people are like, wait, what? And I'm like, yes, she is one. We call her a warrior princess. And it's for a reason, because she can go through it. Do you get owies every day? You should get some shots for, she has some blood thinner she has to take. But she had owies her every once in a while. But she's so strong. And we just look up, we look at her and see how she's doing. And she's, something to understand when you're having those bad days. That's why I want to share this stuff. Talk, have mental health, get it off your chest, because people say, well, I'm not going to share personal things, because people go through things. And I want people to know how she was, and they know how sick she was, and now how healthy you are, right? And how she's looking at me weird because I have my headset on. But I would love for Drew, because I like to keep things as a timely manner. I know your time is important as well. What are some final thoughts you can give us, Drew?
If you're looking to buy a house, realize that most markets across the U.S. are very, very competitive. Listen to your realtor, listen to your lender. We're the ones that are doing this every day. Don't get discouraged if your first or second or third offer doesn't get accepted, because it is really difficult in a lot of markets around the U.S. right now. And if you're hoping to move in 2, 3, 4 months, get the process started now. Talk to a lender, because we are seeing a lot of people have a difficult time getting their offers accepted in a timely manner, especially in markets that are hotter, like a lot of places in the Southwest, like Arizona, Texas, Colorado. The earlier that you can start that, the better off you'll be, because you don't want to be making an emotional decision or just getting frustrated and saying, I'll just, throw the book at this thing and wind up in a place that you don't like. So the earlier you can get that process going, the better.
No, it's fantastic. Drew, I really appreciate you taking some time out of your day. How do people get in contact with you?
You can reach me on my phone at 603-321-6913. You can reach me by email at drew.cameron@fairwaymc.com. And you can always reach out to me. Send me a private message on Facebook, Drew Cameron, or on Instagram at drew.cameronlender.
There you have it, guys. Definitely reach out to Drew, connect with him. I'm going to get Drew into the Connection Machine group as well. Definitely network in that group that I have. And I would love for any of you that if you have questions, drop them in the comments. We will get back to you. Friend request Drew, get to know him, and share. I would love for many of you to share this content. There's lots of good nuggets of information in here. I appreciate you, Drew. We'll definitely be doing some business together. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you, Sean. You as well. Pleasure was all mine. Thanks for having me.
Bye. Say bye.
Bye, Natalie.